Hey everyone, this is Brian with Anderson Pens, and today we're going to take a look at brand new Anderson Pens Pen Flush. Let's take a look. Okay, so Anderson Pens Pen Flush comes in a couple different varieties here. We've got the 8-ounce bottle, in this beautiful purple plastic bottle with a flip-top lid. And it also comes in, you can get it in a 6 milliliter sample size, which is a pretty decent size. It's almost the entire sample. Basically, water, ammonia, we got some surfactants in there and a couple other wetting agents. So it's a nice formula that we've developed ourselves, and we've tested it, and it works great. Safe to use on vintage, modern pens. If you've got a pen that just keeps skipping and flushing just doesn't seem to do the trick, then you're going to need some pen flush. In fact, I have a pen that sits on my desk that I use daily that lately has been, after a couple days of use, it starts skipping. And so what I've been doing is I've been flushing this pen, and then it's okay for a day, but then it starts to stutter. So the first thing I did, of course, I filled it with some pen flush, and it's been perfect. It's been like since it was new. So I've got here a Sailor Pro Gear full size. This happens to be the Anderson Pens Slate Special Edition. And I haven't cleaned this pen in a while, so we're gonna fill this up with some flush. So what you want to do is you want to expel any ink that you have in the pen first. So the more ink you get out before you use the flush, the better. It's going to preserve your flush a little bit longer. So I've got some water here, and I am just going to fill it up, and I'm going to flush. And you can see I've got some Okoyama residue in here. And you want to try to do 3, 4, 5 fills if you're using the converter. If not, you can use like a bulb syringe or something. I'm going to try to get as much out as possible. And this is coming out pretty good here. And then once you've got it mostly clear. Now with the flush, you can either decant it into a sample vial, or if you're doing a lot of pens, you could put it in a little glass of some sort. You could also fill and flush directly from the bottle. However you want to do it, depends on how many pens. I like to have it in a little small sample or another bottle and just do it that way. So I'm going to put it in here, and I am going to fill up the pen with flush. Now, if you have a really stubborn pen, you can fill the pen and leave it overnight. Now you can see here, it was coming out pretty clear in the other with just the water. And now we're getting even more of this pink out. And I'm going to do this 3, 4, 5 times until I stop seeing the color come out. And usually one pass 3, 4, 5 times will be sufficient for your pen. If not, then go back, like I say, fill it up, let it sit overnight. Or you can take the pen and you can just drop the section in a cup. So now you see I've got some bubbles in there. This turned a little pinky. One thing to keep in mind too with the flush is you don't have to discard it once you've used it. This flush is still perfectly viable. So if you fill and flush back into the container when you can no longer see through it, then you can discard the flush. But in other words, it's still active, it's still a good cleaning solution. So I like to use it as long as possible until I can hold this up to light and I don't see through it anymore. And now I just want to rinse out everything that's in there. And you're going to do this until you stop seeing bubbles and it starts coming out. And once you've done this 3, 4, 5 times, if you have to change the water, go ahead and do that. just to make sure you're sucking in clean, pure water. You don't have to use distilled water or anything like that, just regular tap water unless you have really, really hard water. But this looks like this is coming out really, really clean here. So, and really that's all there is to it. Now what I do recommend is wipe your nib off, let it dry out first, and then you can go ahead and fill this with ink, and you're going to notice a remarkable improvement, especially if it's been a while since you cleaned it, or if you've never cleaned it with flush. If it has been stuttering, you're using some kind of ink that's maybe a little more dye intensive, or a shimmer ink, pigmented, something like that. The flush is really gonna help clean that pen out and make it really, really nice and smooth. So there you have it, Anderson Pens Pen Flush. Be sure to check us out online at andersonpens.com or our stores in Appleton and Chicago. Thanks for watching.